Oh man, I'm back again. Uh-oh, somebody's not happy. Back again with a different game. But we're going to talk about PSR and the clean sheet, whatever the heck that means. Norfolk Southern's version of PSR. That's all this is. Sun is going crazy in the background. I was just watching videos on Norfolk Southern. I forgot that they called their PSR clean sheet. That was when I was there, is when they started that, and that's what caused all the layoffs. I was just looking at Norfolk Southern's YouTube page, and they had some videos on there about clean sheet, and then they had some videos on what do they call it? Norfolk Southern's Voice. They were interviewing, or it's like a short minute and a half video about the conductors, road foremans, engineers, and then they had Misty, which is one of my dispatchers, uh, talking about Norfolk Southern and whatnot. But all we're going to talk about is PSR, clean sheet, or whatever else you guys have. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I saw this game, and I saw somebody post it in a train and a rail buff page. So I got it, and it's pretty freaking. Not gonna lie, it's pretty realistic. Hey Wiki, I work for Nucor Steel, and the only thing I do now is I work in a warehouse. They hired me and put me in the warehouse. I operate an overhead crane, and I'm just stacking material up in the warehouse. But I think they kind of hired me because of my logistics background. Because um, whenever I started, they wanted me to make a floor plan to help shipping become more efficient. So that was really my main goal, and I did that. And since then, they've definitely shipped out a lot more material since I've been there. So that was kind of good. But now I'm on to hopefully bigger and better things to a different plant in the next few months if they let me. Same company, just different plant. This game looks good though. And But so Nucor also has Wiki. In Birmingham, they have a crew that switches rail cars, and they also have a crew in Decatur that switches rail cars. And if I could ever do that or deal with just with the rail car movements in general, like being the manager or whatever over that, that's really my end goal. Or just to operate or just to operate either switch the rail cars or operate the locomotive. I'll be completely happy doing either one of those. We're gonna see. So I was gonna stream Thursday night, but I also have to work Thursday night. So I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm probably will stream Friday night though. I'll be off then. I don't have no idea what this signal means. It's restricted. Oh. Hey Luke, congrats man on your offer. That's good. Waiting on background medical. Now, any advice? Yeah, get him off. um, Now Luke, it's really just a waiting game from there, man. As far as the um, background check. See, I met with Norfolk Southern Police, and they just ran my background check, and I had like 2 tickets, and I actually, I put it on my resume, And then as far as the medical, um, I can't remember. With me, it was different. I've heard of people, it was like measuring their neck and doing all this crazy other stuff, but I'm not real sure on the medical. I just know they tested me, they tested my blood pressure, my vision, make sure my colorblind was, or I wasn't colorblind, and then just did a basic physical. But I did have to get my doctor to send in, if you take any type of medication, my doctor had to send in like a waiver or a release form saying it was okay for me to work for the railroad um, on the medication that I was taking at the time. But other than that, yeah, it's just a waiting game from here, and hopefully they'll get you into class pretty soon with you being in Knoxville. What are you doing, Logan? Huh? Goofy. And the crazy thing is, if y'all become a conductor, y'all be playing something like this whenever y'all go back to engineer school, because they have simulators that you practice on. And this one, I haven't never played this one until today, but it's actually pretty legit. I'm kind of impressed. Spooner, yeah, I've hit a bunch of stuff. I haven't hit a person, thankfully. I came close, but we've hit a bunch of deer. Hey Gus, yeah man, no problem, buddy. I'm glad I could help. I'm still working. So I know you asked a couple of streams ago to make signal videos, and I want to make them, but I want to do it correctly. So I'm trying to figure out not like a strategy, but just like a plan or a model, I guess you could say, on how to make it easily digestible and easy to learn. That's my main goal, and I just don't want to throw a video up like, oh, here the green light means clear and the yellow light means approach. No, I don't want to do it that way. I want to actually explain why you have a clear signal or an approach and what that means, and actually show you. So I can actually show you all on this simulator. That's what I want to do. If I can figure out a way to define each signal, I can actually show you what a approach means, what a divergent approach, divergent clear, all that stuff means. So they're coming. I'm just gotta figure out a way that I'll be satisfied with actually posting a video. What are you doing? But Spooner, yeah, I've hit a lot of deer, and Luke, my pleasure, man. I'm glad you're finding some type of value out of them and swinging by the live stream. That's awesome. I'll keep making more. This one, Gus, is actually Train Sim World 2, actually on PS4 and Xbox. I can actually do this right here. Let's see. Now this is the link to the physical copy, but I'm pretty sure y'all could probably buy it online. And actually just start downloading it. Spooner, you'll be surprised that once you get out there, it's pretty wild that some of these coyotes, it doesn't matter what you do, they will run in the center of the tracks until they hit a crossing, and then they'll leave. They won't jump over the rail to get out of the way. They just run straight. So we've killed a bunch of coyotes. Deer are stupid. You know that term, deer, getting or just freezing in the headlights. It's absolutely true. I wish I had a GoPro. We had several of them that would just literally walk across the track, see the lights, and just stand there, and then that's it. Yeah, I've killed hundreds of deer, possums, raccoons, more deer than anything. And one thing that you probably haven't heard about, or you probably have, but one of the scariest things to hit in one of these is a really big tree that has fallen over tracks, which is normally why, like during a big storm, they'll have a guy in like a truck. They call it, what they call that, patrolling the tracks, and they'll just run out in front of you like on the truck and take off and go make sure it's clear. Because the last thing we really want to do is hit a big tree. There's horrible pictures on Google of like the limbs coming through the windshield right here, and like it's crazy. I was told and trained that if we come around a corner like this, and let's say we're running 60, and there's a big tree on the ground, to jump down into the nose down here. This is where we would hide. Crazy. Yeah, this game's pretty good though. I can actually walk around on it, and they do like actually safety rules. And Norfolk Southern calls it a C102. It's whenever you uncouple from rail cars, you gotta tie down the handbrake and you'll bump the slack in on the couplers and make sure the cars don't move before you uncouple. Pretty interesting. But yeah, that's what y'all be doing right over there. Y'all be sitting over here hanging out. This is exactly what it looks like. This is normally PTC screen, emergency valve in case the engineer wants to be stupid, your phone talking to a dispatcher, your sidewall heater, window. This is a vent, air conditioner. These are lights or wipers, and your fan. That's it. This down here is a horn. Every now and then you'll get on a locomotive that actually has one. And then sometimes you'll have to do this, which is fun, and which go outside whenever it's freaking running, and go back here to the second engine. Yeah, I got a horror story about that. It scares me. But I am curious, since y'all are in here, what type of videos do y'all would like to see? Signal videos, I know. Signal videos, probably more videos about how much you expect to make from different locations. I needed to get on Reddit and talk to some guys. I'm sure some videos about Norfolk Southern School would help. Hazmat training. Handbrakes, aim tests, hooking up air hoses. Nick, so I got a video on my channel that goes in depth as to how I got a job with the railroad. So I did have experience. So I started working for a company called Road and Rail, and we worked on auto racks, but all we did was prep the cars to get ready to load the vehicles. We never really did anything on the mechanical side of rail cars. And then I got to help with the switching crew then, but I left from there and went to another company called TSI, and they were mechanical. So we would work on coal cars, the same thing that's on this train right here. This is what we would work on, and naturally they were switching in the yard, so I got to do every job across that whole plant when I was there for the 2.5 or 3 years I was there. And so I had some switching experience, I had mechanical experience, and then um, I applied with 2 different accounts. Now, 2 different accounts in Norfolk Southern. I had one with my experience and one with no experience, and they did hire me with the one with experience because my train master at the time was asking me how did I, ask me about switching rail cars and stuff. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. If all else fails, I'm just probably gonna, I'm probably just gonna run up. There's a little yard right up here next to my house. It's from a short line. I might just go out there and shoot a video. It'll literally take me 15 minutes to shoot a video and then come back and edit it and put it in there. Oh gosh, I'm speeding real bad. Wasn't paying attention. Nobody. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I don't think it really matters. So I've heard 2 theories, Nick. I've heard from old heads that it matters. Then I heard old heads that they say that they want to hire with people with no experience so they can train you the way that they want you to be trained. But I think it might actually help to have no experience right now, especially. But I think when I've been watching, if you just want to apply, you're more likely to get an interview. Nick, don't let the young thing fool you. I had several guys I hired out with, actually hired before me. They were 19 years old. The young thing isn't really, like I said, they're so desperate for people. Um, Hopefully somebody who sees your resume will just hire you and take a chance, and you can prove them right. Yeah, Jay Brett, you're right. Yeah, some say yes and some say no. That's completely true. Hey, hit. Alerter? No? Horn? Are you happy? Why am I still holding this thing down for? Down the horn twice. Okay. Approach diverging. I don't know how loud it is for y'all, but there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I would just keep applying. I started applying when I was 18. They hired me. No, I started applying when I was 21, and they hired me when I was 27. I'm wrong. They hired me when I was 20, 25, 26, 26. Jeez. Hey Josh, congrats, dude. Um, where did you hire out of? You don't mind me asking? 'Cause if it's up north, I would say start studying signals now. If it's down south, I would probably still say start studying signals now. Just that's where I saw the most people fail. We had a class of 46 and 20 something passed. Richmond, Virginia. See, I don't know if you guys are going to be on Conrail or I think it's called North and Western NNW. You may have seen some of your signals around, like just the tracks, and that'll kind of tell you what to expect. But you'll know more in class, but you'll still have 3 weeks to train, or not to train, but to practice your signals and to get them right. Not Conrail or N&W, old N&W. So you got Southern signals, that's good. Those are the easiest ones to learn for sure. I was just talking about signals. I might have some videos up hopefully soon. It's just I want to do it the correct way that's actually going to benefit you guys and make it easily digestible. And I just don't want to throw a video up and say, oh, green means clear, yellow means approach, and red means stop. That's really bad training. I'm gonna ponder on that this week and hopefully have something up before this or early next week. I was gonna try and get it this week. I'm gonna wait until next week. Do it right. Okay, so you're gonna be in dark territory and you're gonna be handling track authorities. That's awesome. I got a video on my channel explaining how to understand and copy track authorities. It's pretty much trying to understand a different language, but it's not too bad. You'll be able to practice when you're out in your yard and working and training. And then once you copy 10 or 20 of them, you'll have it down, and you'll just be rattling it off like crazy. And you know, it's from what I understand too, a lot of the track authorities are now going to electronics. You won't even need them; they're just going to be on PTC. But if you ever do have to copy one, like for a local, they're not bad at all. This game is nuts. I'll be using my other mic when my headset's dead. My other mic's way better than this. Oh, Jay Brett, yeah, that's definitely true. Because your brake test, your hazmat training, your inspections on your train, on your rail cars, your handbrakes, your radio communication, you get to do all that out in the field during training. They never train you your signals. It's up to you just to learn them, and they give you a laptop, and so it's really up to you. That's something they can't help you with. Luke, so there's actually, you know what? Let me get the link and I'll send it to you. There was a like a little practice test thing, but I think some of them are wrong from what I was told months ago, and I probably need to get on there and make my own, but I don't know if it costs money or not. Here's a link. That's to all three. So you got your Southern signals, you got your N&W, and then you got your Conrail. I'm not sure which one you'll be on, Luke, but if you're on Southern signals, or whenever you find out, you can start that way. I said I don't want to tell you wrong and say you're on Conrail, N&W, or Southern signals because I don't know. I don't know when it, which one you'll be on. Yellow, approach. X signal should be. Wait, do I need to stop right there? Fitz, what's up, man? How are you? Yes, sir, Luke, no problem. Downhill we go. Now, 1 mile, stop. Lovely. That's not realistic at all.
P205, subject to signal indications, proceed from Salisbury Junction to Sandpatch Junction. Over.
Salisbury Junction, that was definitely a signal. I used to have. Yeah, Jay, like I said, there was you can Google like Norfolk Southern signal practice test, but I wouldn't get too hung up because they may not, like I said, I was told that some of them were kind of wrong, and I'm just not sure. I haven't looked at them. I need to go look and see if they are right, or try and find one that's right, or make one that's right. But I think I looked into trying to make a test. I think it was like they're going to try and charge me some crazy amount of money. Coming in hot. Holy cow. Where am I stopping at? That's the question. Right there. Put the brakes on, brother. I think we're good. It's been a minute since I ran a freaking locomotive. Oh, here's something you'll see a lot happen. Trains coming, they'll cut their brights. Little things. He don't even have his on. I need to talk to my connections with Norfolk Southern School and get their freaking curriculum. That would be ideal. Or work something out with Norfolk Southern and let me make some videos for them or something. Because all it would do is help them in the long run, right? So whoever they decide to hire, y'all would have videos accessible to you any time to start learning before you ever get your start date. Out of the way. Josh, yeah, I did. I got an email explaining which hotel I'll be going to. That they told me to. I think if I remember right, they just told me to go to this address, and I'd go in and tell them I was with Norfolk Southern, and they already had my name in the system, and they just gave me my room key and told me to carry on. But you should be getting one hopefully pretty soon if you've gotten your start date. If you don't have one, I'd be calling HR and HR's number and get HR's number also. Or I'll send you a link to Norfolk Southern's HR. This is the HR help desk number for Norfolk Southern. Call them. Here's the website, just in case you don't trust me, which I completely understand. What are you doing, buddy? Yes, sir. No problem. I've had to call that number a bunch. That's the reason I got it like on hand. Oh, so you are going to McDonough. That's awesome. Hey, you'll get to see. I have a video also, Josh, on my channel. It goes into depth, like me. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but me going in depth where the school is and my hotel and what to expect. NS or CSX, if I could pick. That's a good question. I would probably say NS just because I'm biased. That's where I hired out of, but CSX does pay more. And I also don't like CSX signals. I like NS signals are way easier. But if I had an ultimate choice over any of the class ones, it'd be BNSF. And one of the biggest reasons why BNSF, they have system-wide seniority. So let's say I hired in Birmingham, and I hired in 2020. Some guy takes a job, and let's say California or wherever out west, and I want to move there for whatever reason. If they hired after me, I could bump him off his job and move. He would go to the extra board or wherever. What are you doing, Logan? Is it 4 weeks now? Or is it... I guess it is 4 weeks. I saw a thing where they posted about doing like a video game like this, training. I know one thing, this right here is a little bit boring. Someone was telling me this was hard. I guess. I guess they did have four. I think they had 4 classrooms in that training facility, but I don't know if they're really going to do it whole COVID thing, so it might just keep it down to one. It's good that they're letting you start a week later. That's good. I'm surprised, honestly. They must really need you. That's good though. Classes are only 10. Holy cow. That's good, Josh. That's yeah. I mean, I didn't have any problems as far as class and stuff. Good. It's just surprising looking back that they actually, acting like they. I'm gonna say. I guess I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. They act like they actually care. That's good. The training facility probably does care, but yeah. Yeah, I guess they were real big about 2 weeks notice when I was there, but I don't know about now. Oh, really? They're going to use 4 axle power. That's good. Jeeps. No, I think Jeeps are 2 axles. 2 axles? I think they are. Can't remember. Good idea. I know a way we can tell. Axles are on 6 on this. 40s. Yeah, 6. That's nice. Well, get used to seeing this then. These things right here suck. They're loud. They vibrate like crazy, but they're fun to run. I was actually talking to Gus earlier about has some engineers that actually, a lot of them will. They'll actually teach you and let you run some locomotives. That way you kind of know what to expect or what to do in case you ever need to run one. This is what I actually trained on. Oh wow, okay. Must be like a weight problem, I guess. Oh gosh, Gus, I remember. I wish I still remembered mine, but I do not at all, honestly. No, conductor, no. We have toilets. Even on the SD40s, this right here, it's in underneath this door. I wonder if I can open that. No. The SD40s, the toilets are horrible too. Even in the bigger, whatever they call the big motors, SD whatever they are. Yeah, we had toilets. Yeah, that's it, Gus. Safety, integrity, and you want to feel like you're making a difference. That's the only thing I really told them. Where you going, buddy? You leaving? Bye bye. What? Yeah, you can't shut the door with your hand in it, Goofy. Yeah, there you go. That's good, Josh. And looking for a career. I remember me telling me that. I was looking for a career. Uh-oh. Why am I get? Why not NS? What a weird question for them to ask. Why NS? Because y'all are desperate. Um, I ain't gonna say anything. I wish I could be in a room with some of you guys whenever y'all interview, and I could be like devil's advocate. Yeah, definitely sell yourself. Yeah, you're in competition with a lot of people. There you go. Whatever works. I would definitely say it's in my blood also. I forgot who I was talking. I don't know if I was talking to Gus earlier or not. I was talking about how when I left, I wanted to make sure I wanted to somehow keep myself into the industry, like in the industry, and this was the easiest way I knew how. Ooh, that's a good one. That's true, Gus. Gotta find that fine line between confidence and arrogance. There's a big difference. Josh, yeah, they did. They should. I think what they do now is they'll actually give you a website to go to, and you'll order 6 months worth of safety gear, and it'll be your job to keep up or have enough safety gear for. Went too far. Keep. Yeah, you gotta keep up with that safety gear for 6 months. Oops. Yeah, I wore the good old. I think I still have the shirt actually. I need to make a video. That's a good question, Nick. I need to make a video on that because you're not the first person that's asked me that. Flannel and blue jeans. I need to climb over. The heck? That's not how you climb over a rail car. Uh, okay. The hiring session is just 8 hours fits of them talking about um how everything works, insurance, pay, all that good stuff. As far as an interview, I would just say be completely honest and I can't see. I wish I knew some of the answers that some of the questions that they asked. Yeah, I just definitely just say the things that everybody's mentioned. You know, you're looking for a career and you don't mind being gone. You don't mind working out in the elements. Hey, J. Brett. Good night, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. So you'll learn of a company, Josh, and all these gurus. I say gurus. All these old heads buy these bags, and they're really expensive, but they're called Red Ox, and they're made. It's made in America, and um, Red Ox. Is it Red Ox? Yeah, Red Ox Railroad bags. Um, they call them grips, and they're $300. This is them. I posted in those comments. But everybody likes to buy these things. I don't know why. They're good bags, and people I know that's had them for years and years and years. Um, but I put my stuff in a small suitcase that had wheels. I just didn't care to tote a bag around. I had my backpack full of crap. I still have my backpack to this day. And then I just had a little small suitcase on wheels I got from Walmart for like 20 bucks. I have no affiliation with Red Ox, by the way. It's just that's what everybody normally gets. I got a buddy that just hired with CN and he bought him one. You can get your name put on your bag. They'll stitch your name in there. Oh yeah, so that's a good one too. So, um, typically in my backpack, I had a metal, like a metal. Actually, you know what? I know what I can do. My bag is. Here's my rubber. I don't think it's anywhere around here. I don't know what the heck I did with it. I had a metal, like a metal, like a not a folder, clipboard, metal clipboard, and I kept on my whenever I would go in the mornings or go in to work, I would print off my train consists, my track authorities, and all that stuff. Okay, always got. Uh, sorry about that. Um, I had a metal folder. I had my track authorities. I mean, not track authority. My track authority book. All my safety books. 'Cause you have to keep them on you. Um, and a pistol, pins, rain suit, lantern, radio, and I keep that. Oh, I had a can of like disinfectant spray. I would take care of that, and then my suitcase. I would just have my clothes, my laptop, iPad, uh, phone chargers, charging banks. I need to make a video on that. That's a good one though. But yeah, all my clothes and stuff, like my house stuff, would be in my duffel bag, and then all my work stuff, mainly safety books, pens, clipboard with all my paperwork, safety books. Already said that, and then disinfectant spray, pistol. Really about it. Carry plenty of pens with you. That's for sure. You're gonna take plenty of pens. Yeah, Josh, they're very expensive. I never had one. I just, the duffel bag that I had, I mean the suitcase I had, like I said, it was from Walmart. You can bring both. Fits. Like I said, I had a backpack and a duffel bag. But yeah, you could just bring one if you want to. If you have one big enough, you can. Yeah, Josh, that's what I did. It was pretty good because at the end, whenever you get in your yard or whatever, you just start throwing all your stuff in your backpack, and your duffel bag is already on the floor. You just throw all your stuff in there, zip it up, throw it on your back, grab your duffel bag, and go outside. Oh, me. I'll definitely bring extra food if you carry a cooler. A lot of people would have a backpack, a duffel bag, and their cooler with them. Take some extra drinks with you and some food, of course. You never know. I like the longest I've set as a signal. Probably around 7 or 8 hours. Yeah, and the crazy thing is about that, they pull. I was on a local with an old head named Mike. He had been there 40 years. I talk about him all the time. Um, they pulled us off the local to go get on this train because it had to be in Chattanooga. It was very important. We get on the train, and the dispatcher comes in. Her name's Ann. Come in. She said, "Hey Joey," I got on the radio and I said, "Hey Ann, we're loaded up on this train. We're ready to go whenever copy track authority." And she said, "All right, Joey." She said, "Well, you're going to see 5 before you can leave. I mean, we're going to see 5 trains before we could take off." And I was like, "All right." And truly enough, I'm sure one of those one of those trains either broke down or something. We were there until we hit the law, and I actually ordered pizza that day and had it delivered to us on the track. Fits. So on this one that we're in now, you said you have a sidewall right here. You could do it. You can, if you have a canned food or something, be sure and pop the top on it before you set it on here because they will blow up. And then if you don't, if you have like a frozen dinner type thing, to actually put it, if you, a lot of people will do this. There's a door right here. I don't know if they'll let me open it or not at mine. But, holy crap, you're gonna let me, hang on, wait, I'm gonna open a different one. And this is one of these doors right here. There's like a little shelf thing. Yes, oh, I think let me open it. Sucks. You can set your little food up in there and it'll actually warm it up. It'll warm it up really, really hot also. Uh-oh. These cars aren't that heavy. Why is this thing not stopping? There's still some non-realistic stuff about this game, isn't it? Typical day, what did I eat, Nick? I'd normally eat before I got there. I'd stop. I'd either eat at home or I'd stop somewhere and get some food. And then if I went by a gas station, I would take like sunflower seeds was a big one. I would eat sunflower seeds, or I try to stay away from the candy and stuff. But I didn't really eat much when I was on the train. I would always like fast pretty much. And then whenever we got off the train, we would always go get something to eat. The only thing about that is, I mean, there's 24-hour restaurants around. But there's been times where we came in at like 2, 3 in the morning and we had to go get some like crap food somewhere and it was horrible, but we normally ate at like Firehouse Subs was a big one in Memphis. Everybody loved it. It's because there wasn't one around. Your lead engine breaks down and you're in the middle of nowhere. So that's a good question. I never had that happen before. I've had the second one blow up before. Not exaggerating, literally blow up. I've heard stories of them sending out locomotives to come pick you up. Actually, no, I take that back. I had one break down the head end. So I forgot who I was with. Our head end motor went out. I had lost power, and it was a crankcase over pressure. And we knocked this motor offline, the one we're on. We left the second one behind us online, and that was the one that was pushing us. But problem with that is, and you know, you can control it. You can control this engine or the second engine with the first engine with a cable, and it's called a MU cable, and it is, the red cable is right here. All it is just like electronic. It just, you know, it keeps stuff working together. So you can control the second locomotive from the head end, and we had to go that way, and it was very slow. We lost a lot of speed, and we creeped all the way back to the yard. If you only have one engine, they're gonna have to send somebody out there to help you. No, I guess if the only time you share a room with anybody is when you're in school, but once you get marked up, engineer and conductor both have their own. Luke Heights. I mean, we went over some bridges that were really, really high. But as far as that, you should be fine. I mean, it's not too high on top of the engine. And bitch, yeah, you get an hour and a half. Hour and a half call time before you have to show up to work. And I lived like 20 minutes away. I wish NS would give us 2 hours. Seemed like an hour and a half almost. Seemed like an hour and a half. I mean, it's came kind of quick. Seemed like an hour and a half flew by, but 12 hours creeps by. Josh, the ones I always liked were I don't know. I like being on intermodal trains. I liked running 60, but before I left, 60 was the new normal even for freight trains. So we had some trains you would have to stop and make pickups on, and that's when it sucks because you normally get called at like. There's one train that goes north to Chattanooga from Birmingham. You had to stop in a tile and do a pickup, and it was just a pain because you had a super long train that had a DP, a distributed power unit in the middle, and it was just a headache. Um, but I like the intermodal trains. We had a yard in Rossville, Tennessee. We'd put together our train and then run 60 all the way back home. Fun. Nick, no, I wasn't caught up in any sort of derails. Well, actually, no, I take that back. When I was training, the guys that were training me derailed a car, but it was really just them they're just being stupid. Yeah, that's, I loved, I loved when I was able to actually hold a yard job. That was where it was at. Home every day too, and off days a week. You ain't gotta worry about bulletins. I held one for about 4 months. That was it. It was fun too, because I got to build my own train in the yard and got to run over to my 2 locals that I work, or 3 locals that I work, just switching to get home. If we got done, like in 4 or 5 hours, we still got paid for 8. Yeah, I understand. I wanted to get RCO qualified, but they never would let me. PSR and clean sheet. Have you not heard me rant about this, Nick? No, Josh, I've never had to carry a knuckle. Never had an engineer catch a knuckle. Now, they will happen, though. Definitely with PSR and stuff, making these trains super long. Definitely had an increase for catching knuckles. But there's a trick to carrying a knuckle. What they don't tell you in school is, I'll tell you this, Josh. So let's say you catch a knuckle, right? Train splits apart, goes into emergency. what you'll do is, or what I would have done. This may be wrong, and N and W might can help us here too. I would have got down, walked back to where the knuckle broke, cut the air in, and let the train, or before. No, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I'm back up. Train knuckle breaks. Train goes in emergency. I would climb down, grab the knuckle off the head engine, throw it on the side of the ballast, and put a red flag in it. Right. The reason I'd put a red flag in it is then I'd walk back to the end where the knuckle broke, cut the air back in, jump on the rear car, tell the engineer take it ahead until you saw that knuckle, right? Once you see the knuckle, tell them to stop. Take the knuckle, stick it on top of the rail car, shove back to where it derailed, replace the knuckle, come back up, air hose in, and you're good to go. That's how I would have done it. I don't know if that's the right way. Went too far again. I know that sounds confusing. They act like these cars weigh 20,000 tons. I guess where I was at, it wasn't hard to find a place to park, and I would get there right at my hour-and-a-half mark. So if they called me at 10, I would get there right at 11:30, or 11:25, 11:30, something like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can tell your engineer to throw one off too. Yeah, yeah, that would work. No, Nick. So you don't start getting paid until your time starts. Until your call time starts. So like I said, if you get called at 10 a.m., you get there at 11, you won't start getting paid until 11:30. So a lot of people just wait until 11:30 to get started. We would kind of go in early and get our paperwork and stuff for the day, our bulletins, train consists, and then try and start calling somebody around 11:40 or so, something. Pardon? Oh, but Nick, about PSR and clean sheet. Yeah, clean sheet is just NS's version of PSR. PSR is just it's horrible, man. It's just a bad deal. Oh, really? Yeah, 10. So we used to not have 10 minutes, but that started in Birmingham when I transferred. They were talking about 10 minutes, and I remember a funny story. That's when I had just started in Birmingham, and the yard master up there was known to be an asshole. And came in, I tried to print my consist off, and they didn't have it updated in the computer. So I sat around. I think we got called for like 9 that morning. It was like 9:10, 9:15. I went and tried to print it again. Didn't call nobody. Now you got to remember, my mindset was really bad because they shorted me out of like a lot of money, and so I wasn't trying to do anything right or like help them out in any kind of way. Oh wait, hang on a second. But sat around, and then 9:30 rolls around, and he calls down there. He was like, "Train, whatever we were," and I went over there and answered it, and he said, "Why y'all still down there?" I said, "I'm waiting on paperwork." He said, "Why didn't you call somebody?" That's not my job to call y'all. Y'all's job to put the paperwork in. And he was not very happy, but he didn't say anything. So he said, my engineer at the time, he knew what they did to me, and he said, "I'm gonna have a van out there waiting for you. Y'all need to get on y'all's engines and get the heck out of here." And my engineer was like, "Who does he think he's talking to?" I said, "I don't know." And he said, "I got something for him." He said, "We're gonna walk to our power," and we did. I guess it depends. Some at least in Sheffield we never did it, but in Birmingham we would have to build or train some. Only thing we ever did in Sheffield was hang our power, and the brake test was already done. We just hang our power, knock off the handbrakes, jump back up on the head end, copy track authorities, and take off. Birmingham, it was put a DP unit middle of our train, double over, track authority, and all that good stuff. It was Birmingham was a pain in the ass, but it was fun though. It was a lot more switching, which is what I enjoyed doing anyways. See, we used to have clerks, but they took them away from us. Josh, your locomotives are determined by your tonnage. Don't ask me exactly how many tons one locomotive can do it, but yeah, N&W is right. It's power management. It's based on how big, how heavy your train is based on how much power you can run, how many locomotives you can have online. So, you have locomotives that can be online, and then locomotives that can be in trail, and they're just basically doing nothing. But yeah, it all depends on tonnage. Fitz, you would have to have it would be a lot of you'd have to have all your stuff packed up the night before or the day before, and as soon as they call you, jump up, uh, jump up, get ready, and just take off. It'd definitely be one of those shots. We had people like that too. Yeah, NW, right. It seemed like they always, I understand where they're coming from a business standpoint, but it seems like, man, they want you to hurry up and get out of the way, but then again, they don't want to give you the power to hurry up and get out of the way. It's horrible. Hey, Josh, that should be okay. You have 30 minutes or so. Like I said, even if you're like a few minutes late, if you're like 5 or 10 minutes late, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. Most of the time your engineer will print off 2 copies of your paperwork for you because he'll get one also. And yeah, it's not. You'll be all right. I would at least give it a shot until it became a concern, and if it did become a concern, depending on where you live, you could possibly move, get an apartment or something, depending on your button right here. So yeah. Oh, yes. I got some buddies that used to work for CSX. They left and went to Nucor also though, and yeah, they're at Nucor, and he made good money. He made better money than I did at NS, but all of them are about the same really. They're all trying to cut costs and make more money. That's how it boils down to. Also, my buddy went to work for, I believe, in W. He went to, I believe he went to CP. He just hired. Where did he hire at though? I think he lives in Minnesota. I believe that's where he lives. He's in a training process right now. He asked me before he ever applied. He's like, "What's it really like?" I was like, "Man, you're young. You'll be all right. You don't have any kids." Not stopping. Might cut the brakes in. How do you find out when they have yards that are short-handed? They'll post it, Gus, on the I forgot what they call that board. I think they call it job board. Um, you'll see it. It'll say like temporary transfer, or they'll send you emails offering you temporary transfers, stuff like that. Oh, that's fine. Oops. I don't know if he went to St. Paul. I think he did actually. I need to ask him. Yeah, he was asking me what it was really like, and I was explaining to him. Not too bad. He worked for the oil pipeline or something like that before. Yeah, he lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And is this? I think it is. Sent me some paperwork on it. He was showing me the hourly rate, or y'all's hourly rate. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all can see that, good. I think. Yeah, y'all can see that. Hourly rates, nuts. About $50 an hour for engineer, $44.50 for a conductor, $41 for a brakeman, and new hire conductor, $36.90. That's insane. Oh, do y'all have system-wide seniority? How the union works, Josh? So, to be completely honest with you, Norfolk Southern unions, you have the BLET, Brotherhood of Engineer and Locomotive Trainmen. Then you have the UTU, which is the, I don't even know what that stands for, honestly. They're really there to negotiate contract information, but for us or for you guys, it's going to be to keep your job if you do. So derail a car, you know they'll fire you. You'll go home. You'll draw unemployment. You'll draw your whammy. Be sure and get whammy or job insurance, and you'll have an investigation date. And it is your union's job to go in there and negotiate with a company about keeping you there. That's what their main job is. Gus, this is in Minnesota. This is CP, Canadian Pacific. Yeah, this is what he sent me. My buddy sent me whenever he was hired in. I think Norfolk Southern gets away with paying a lot less than like CP, for instance. Right here, BN is price of living or cost of living down here in like southeast is way lower than it is up there for him. Like my buddy pays like $1,400 a month for his apartment versus I pay 1,000 for my house. Yeah, get job insurance is very important. I need to make a video on that. I need to be writing all this down. Nick's told me some good stuff. Nick, you get to pick which union you want to join. Don't worry, you'll have union reps approach you. I mean not union reps, but you'll have your local chairmans. They'll approach you and give you a pamphlet, tell you to hey join the UT or hey join the BLE, and it's really I would be honest with you. You can ask around whenever you get hired in who to join. At the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. And I personally joined the BLE, and it was strictly due to representation, not because of anything else. The guys in Sheffield or Muscle Shoals, the BLE, they were really good. They had both been there for a really long time. Versus the UT guys and the UT. Yeah, they will come to you for sure. Yeah, Gus, being yeah. I wish. See, their line ends in Birmingham, and it's just, gosh, not all of them do. Like this one right here, we're looking at. Most of the time, these do not. Um, but most of them do. But if you ever catch like a yard job or a local with an old head, most of the time their locomotives won't have one. But I would say 90. Gosh, I don't know, probably 90% of them do. If they don't, it's probably coming. Yeah, I guess so. BN's line ends here in Birmingham, and they owned everything from here to Memphis West. What the heck is a short line doing with cameras? It's probably a freaking federal thing, I bet. Or they got some type of money from the federal government to implement cameras in their locomotives. Hmm. Funniest thing that has happened to me on the road. I think you missed it last stream, Josh. Nick. So, hang on, Josh. I'll answer this question. But Nick, yeah. So you qualify if you and I'm just gonna say F-150. Um, I think as you stay in 5 years, you become fully vested. What fully vested means, and if after you work for the railroad for 5 years, they take all the money that you have accumulated in Social Security and they throw it into railroad retirement because you do not pay Social Security when you work for the railroad. And then after, I think it's 20 years service, you can retire and draw Tier 1 and Tier 2. If you're fired before then, you can only draw Tier 2. So that's kind of why they say don't like it and you want to get out before the 5 year mark. But Josh, the funniest thing I've had happened, um, I forgot who I was telling this story to. I think I was telling it to Gus and maybe Fitz. I can't remember, but I was crossing the bridge, um, in Decatur going to Chattanooga, and um, there's like this little dock that overlooks the river. Like this Tennessee River uh, runs right next to Decatur, Alabama, and we was crossing this bridge. Let's see, I'm trying to find it for you. That way I can actually just show. Um, let's see. So here's NS's yard. I'll back up so I can see. Here's NS's yard right here. This is our main line. And so if we go on down, you'll see this bridge right here. This is crossing the Tennessee River. And this breaks off and goes to CSX. This is our main line going this way. And so right here, there is like a little dock in this tree right here. And normally this tree's not even here anymore, but it overlooks the water. And we were just creeping down through here, and I looked over to the right, and there was a girl and a dude, um, both completely butt naked, doing the adult thing, and they never checked up at all. And the engineer I was with had to hit the horn, open the window, and scream at them. That was by far the funniest thing that's ever happened. Gus, no. So the rule is a personal carry thing. Um, not supposed to have one at all. See, look right here. I'll pull this up. Look at it. They got a camera on. Oh wow, that's new. I've never seen that before. Let's see if I can find it. Conflict of interest workings. Firearms 920. May have changed, but I don't know. Firearms. Employees are prohibited from having loaded or unloaded firearms in possession while on duty, or on company property, or occupying provided by the company. Except security and tries to do so. Have special permit and permission in writing by the head of police department. Yeah, so according to NS, no, you can't. But I will say this: it's kind of like I don't know, like a unwritten. Everybody did, and train masters never asked you about it. And if they did, I was always told, tell them to go ahead and reach into my bag and grab it. As soon as they did that, call a lawyer. But most of them will never bother you. Ever had to call the railroad police? Yeah, we did. And that was the story. Actually, well, I didn't call them. Our dispatcher did. Right here at Pride, there's a sighting. I actually told this story last time too. Um, there's our sighting here at Pride, right here. Okay, so I can actually drag this down. You can see the track. We was actually coming down right here on a loaded coal train, 19,000 like 900 tons. Our speed limit was 55. We were coming from west to eastbound, coming down the main line. Saturday morning, like 2 in the morning, and two cars, and something happened, and it T-boned them, or like pit maneuvered the car, and when it pit maneuvered, it jumped this embankment. The car landed like right in here, and we went by him at 55 miles per hour. And I thought we hit him, but we dialed up dispatcher, and we told them that they needed to call the ambulance or call the call somebody and get them out here to check on this guy because we may have hurt him or may have hit him. We didn't feel anything on the head end, but we just didn't know what happened afterwards. We were running 55 in a 40 million pound train. We're not stopping. And the dispatcher said, "Are y'all okay?" And his name's Brian. And I was like, "Yeah, we're fine. Like, this guy right here probably needs a new pair of pants and some underwear because he just crapped all over himself if he's still alive." And they called the police, local police and NS police, and the paramedics. And thankfully, he didn't get hurt. He was drunk, intoxicated, but he wasn't dead. So, there you had some, what? You had a train hit some cows. I'd have stopped if I was the engineer. I think I would have stopped and thrown him on the hood. Took him home. That's free beef. Yeah, that's the only time I've ever had to call him. We had a um call him up there. Utility guard guy. He got shot at in the Memphis yard. Four inch right through. Yeah, that's not our track. I was looking for Memphis. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we had a guy get shot at. In Memphis. Not our yard is not that big. Not that close. That was like BNSS. Hyperton Crossfield. This was NS's intermodal. There's so many times I wanted to go fish this. Had a guy actually get killed out here not too long ago. I think it was last year. They were, if you look right here, crossing right here, and from my understanding, actually, let me, um, God, exactly what happened. I don't want to tell. One of the guys that hired out with me that died. Oh, let me find my messages. Tell me when it happened last year. Um, okay, so it says right here on this crossing, they swapped out with Stumpy, which is Stumpy is a conductor that was over me. Said he was flagging the crossing, so he was flagging this crossing right here, and they were shoving back. They were shoving from here back to couple up, and playing crossing, and the truck. There's 18 wheelers everywhere around here. 18 wheeler came across, didn't see him, and came across, and shoved into the trailer and turned it over on top of the car. So the rail car hit the 18 wheeler, and then it shifted this intermobile car. It tilted, boom, it pushed it over on top of Norfolk Southern's little switching car they had there, and it killed him. I think it killed him on site. Um, his name was Bo. I don't know his last name. Pretty wild. That happened. Crazy. Crazy stuff. That's just something you never think about. Like, what in the world? Like, those 18 wheelers, they're drivers. They're pretty crazy, but I've never seen them do that before. That job. Good times on this track. I wish I could go back. Yeah, Josh, this stuff happens. It happens way too often, and unfortunately, some of due to it's due to complacency. It's due to freak accidents, like what happened here in Rossford Yard. Yeah, it's one of those things. That's why I always tell some of the new guys, keep your head on a swivel. Never really know what can happen. And definitely, if you're down inside the hump yard or the bowl, that N&W would tell you more about that too. That the tracks are so close together, and if the yard master or whoever's controlling those tracks has got it locked out, but they're kicking cars in the track next to you, you won't even hear it coming, especially at night. If it's a black tank car, you'll never hear it, you'll never see it. It'll just come right by you. That's where it seems like most of your injuries happen is whenever uh down in the hump yard, crash yard. I was trying to find freaking Memphis Yard, but I cannot seem to find it. Taco Bell app. Oh, there's NS Memphis Yard. So bitty. Car wash room. Drag this thing. Yeah. Yeah. Harris Yard. A truck over there. 2019. Oh, I wasn't there. Jacksonville. Curious. Look, I could do this all day. Jacksonville. I guess that's Jacksonville, Florida, right? Only Jacksonville I know of. Where could it be? Good grief. Gotta be close to the water. No, bunch of green cars. Northwest. How are the benefits? Benefits are good, Josh. So for you, I forgot how much it is for single. Uh, but benefits are really good. Insurance is really good. Retirement's of course really good. Um, oh yeah, nice. That that's a crossing. Baltimore Diamond Railroad crossing. So you are probably gonna be dealing with. I don't know if y'all would have one or not. Um, might signal. not really a signal. What they call it, stupid. Call this. They call it a non-automatic block signal plaque. Now that means is like ours. Whenever we passed it, we had 2 minutes to reach the signal. If we didn't, we had to be prepared to stop. Man, I had a few close calls when I was down in the bowl, and it was from those stupid black tank cars. Man, I never saw them, never heard them, and after I had one roll by me, and of course, you hear the wheels when they come by you. I was like, holy crap, that almost got me. Ever since then, I've when I was down in the bowl, I'd stay on top of everything, trying to make sure I knew what the heck was going on. Yeah, that yard's not too bad. Looks like you got what? Got two. I forgot what they call these tracks. I think they call them spot tracks. I can't. At Queens Gate, Richmond, Virginia. Just look at all these. Richmond. That's the freaking main office, isn't it? Looks like it. Rich. Oak. Eleven South one. I see tracks. Gotta be close. A main line of some sort. You normally see them. Oh, we go. Wonder if that's it. Big store. Yeah, that's CSX Power. It is. That one definitely is. That's right. 405 West 6th 5 West. Oh, not okay. Wait, hang on a second. I bet it's a lot bigger than that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, right next to the river. Oh boy, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold, cold. Unfortunately, I don't have any any idea as far as cold weather gear. I wore Carhartt stuff, but we didn't deal with cold like y'all do. That's a scale track almost. It's like definitely more to this place. I don't see a place to store power. Must be y'all's washroom. Look, we can look right here at it. And this, that's y'all's washroom or not? Is this where you go in and get your paperwork? Gotta be one of these. Like some like track gang guys. Nice. That's pretty good then. I'm guessing y'all are only gonna have. Okay, so here's y'all's locomotive power then. Cool. Y'all probably go in and get your paperwork here, and then like you'll jump on your train here for your power down here to this yard and build your train. This means right here y'all probably gonna have a lot of flat switching. So whenever it comes to building y'all's trains, y'all are gonna be switching a lot. That's good. Where y'all where you gonna travel to? Do you know? A snow melter? No. No, We'll never use no snow melt. This is what I used right here to warm up. Oh man. This is what I use right here. I use that thing. What do you guess was Cincinnati Queensgate? That one. Cincinnati Gate Yard? Ooh, that looks like a mess. Gate Yard. Yeah, that looks like Chattanooga. Holy crap, that's nuts. I wouldn't know where to begin. CSX Transportation Queensgate Yard. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen one of those. But yeah, NW talking about. Yeah, I was talking about snow. I'll tell you another. Let's see if I can find this place or find these cars for you. This is in Dora. There's these cars. This is BNSF track. NS runs through here also. I just gotta find the power plant. There it is. Power plant's right there. This is my old job. This is where I used to work. Right here was the old yard. Like I said, we did mechanical, and all we did was work on coal cars. And let's see. This is where I'm trying to get permission to do my stuff. Let me find the track though. You gotta go down here, go this way. This is Railcon. This is BNSF's coal trains. They bring them in and park them, and then they take them down to the plant. They'll go down. Wait, no, I'm lost. That's NS yard. This is NS's new yard. And where is that track at? Is it? Yeah, okay. So right here is a company, and they had raw sewage in these cars, and all that was covering it was a plastic tarp. And if you coupled up real hard, that water would spill out on top of you. Don't ask me how I know that. Yeah, biggest yard I dealt with was Chattanooga for sure. It was it was crazy. Big yard. Yeah. We came in from the west end. This is like southwest end. Come in through here, come around, and then I'd always get lost. Like, yeah, pull into whatever track. What the heck is that at? A lot of crap happening going on. This is their class track down here. Usually going from point A to point B or trip video. Yep. It depends on the train. It's See you, Gus. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Holler at me if you got any more questions, buddy. But Fitz, yeah, you're normally depends on the train. Like, so in Sheffield, I normally just went from point to point. But in Birmingham, we definitely did stop and make some pickups on the way to either Meridian or to Chattanooga. Irondale Yard is pretty big, but it's not like Chattanooga. Irondale, where I transferred to, it was alright, but I guess it, right? You can see it from the maps, but it was pretty easy for us. This was the outbound train. No, I'm sorry. This is your outbound train side right here, and this is all you're receiving. This is their class track, the hump yard, the bowl. This is what I'm talking about. How dangerous, where it's really dangerous when you kind of pull these things. We call this the pull back. Oh yeah, Josh, had a bad order a bunch of cars. Yeah. Yep, that's where my mechanical side came in play. Like bad handbrakes or a sticking brake. Um, Other ones had a bad order for leak the main ones. And I know we had some that like some of the material like scrap cars like what NW was talking about. Scrap cars have crap hanging way over. Cool thing. Yeah, I did. I'd couple up. I would stand way back. I'd just count down and try and count them down. I'd make my car counts really long. You know, at 5 cars it'd really be 7, and then count them down and then tell them. You know, of course the engineer knew, but all right, Fitz, take it easy, man. Have a good night. I'm about to get off here too. It's been 2 hours already. 11 o'clock. Good grief. I go on night shift tomorrow night. So. Oh man. All right. Guess I'm gonna jump off here also. It's 11 o'clock. So. I appreciate you guys stopping by here. So I'll have some videos out hopefully this week going over signal, or early next week hang test. I got a bunch of stuff I wanted to get out there and do it. Take it easy, Tom. Good night, man. Appreciate you stopping by. But if y'all have any questions, y'all can email me, shoot me a message on Facebook, whatever you gotta do. Here's my Facebook link. So y'all can add me on here. Yeah, Josh, no problem, man. Keep me posted on how things go. And like I said, if you got any questions, more than welcome to send me a message. I'll take it easy. I'm gonna go get some sleep, I guess, even though I need to stay up. But I'll holler at y'all sometime in the next week or so.